Why is Satan so powerful? Like, why do we know lust is bad, but still go back to it? Why is that? Why can't we just say, nah, I'm good, and move on? If you miss this, you miss how the whole thing works. Look at Genesis chapter 3, verse 14. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Did you catch that? He's cursed to crawl, and he's cursed to eat dust. Now go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. And the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground. That means Satan feeds on what? Dust. He feeds on your flesh. That's why sin doesn't feel like a choice anymore. That's why fear can feel so heavy. That's why your emotions can pull you around. Because when you live by the flesh, you're basically feeding what the enemy feeds on. That's why God keeps telling us to deny the flesh. That's why he says not to lean on your own understanding. That's why he says, my ways are not your ways. That's why he says we walk by faith, not by sight. Because feelings are not a safe guide. You feel something and suddenly you think it must be true. I feel loved by this person. I feel like God is far. I feel like I need this. I feel like I can't stop. That's the trap. And this isn't just spiritual theory. This is exactly what it looks like in real life. When you're an alcoholic or when you're a drug addict, you don't want to be that way. It's not like you enjoy it. It's a survival instinct because your body goes into withdrawals. But your brain tells you you need to get better. And it's just a constant cycle. It's so distorted, your body convinces you alcohol is a cure for the pain you're dealing with. And not only that, your brain just tells you, okay, it's time. And here's where it gets dangerous. One time, I was getting off work, and my withdrawals during the day were so bad I couldn't grip or put in my car key. My car was locked, I couldn't do it. And I had to walk like 1.5 miles to a liquor store to get a $5 bottle of Solco vodka to drink. That's not a choice anymore. That's survival wiring. I didn't like being that way. That's the part nobody understands. I can tell you stories of how I cried and sobbed as I was drunk, wishing I wasn't that way. I wanted to quit, but I didn't know how because my brain was telling me I can't do it. You can't live without it. You won't sleep. You won't be able to function. You'll be sick. Drugs during the day and alcohol at night. You're trapped inside. And the worst part is, you still think it's your fault. You tell yourself, I'll do it. But when? Next week? Next year? You lose your job. You hurt people. Your family leaves you. Nobody wants to deal with you. You're all on your own. You go to someone's couch to sleep on, but then they find bottles everywhere and they kick you out. It's a painful existence. It's lonely. It's sad. And nobody can hear your screaming inside. I want out. I want off this ride. I don't want to live like this. You cry yourself to sleep. You wake up feeling like crap. Now you're not just drinking to make the pain go away. You're drinking because you don't want to think. You don't want to experience sadness. It's a very sad life. Nobody wants to go through that. You can't do it alone. There's something in you that's gasping for help, but we don't ask for help because we think nobody believes in you or they'll judge you. Nobody knows I'm this bad. It's one of the hardest things you'll do in your life, but you take it step by step. And yes, you might fall, you might slip, but understand this, nobody gets trapped overnight, and nobody gets out overnight either. It's one decision at a time and one compromise at a time, until you realize you weren't destroyed in one moment. You were built into it, but you can be built out of it too. And once you get out, you say to yourself, I don't care what I have to do, I'm never going back there again. That is the fight.